Hey Playas, how you doing? Welcome back to Playas Guide. This is your retro gaming news for June 2023. So first up, I want to talk about this game called Batboy. This is a side-scrolling action platformer that came out just at the end of May, but it's still new enough that I wanted to bring it into the retro gaming news. By the way, I'm sorry I skipped a couple months. I did compile news and even record and film some stuff for it. I just didn't get around to editing and releasing that, and I feel like it's a little bit too late now. But I've included this game, Batboy. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Shovel Knight or Messenger feel to it. So it looks like it's really good quality. It has this Japanese art style, at least that we see here in the trailer. This is now available, I believe, on all major platforms. I think it might have been on Switch and Steam maybe a year ago, like it is with a lot of these different retro style indie games. Just like a game called Steel Assault. And I never got to play this one on the Switch. It came out about a year ago. This one also looks fantastic. This is another side-scrolling retro-style action platforming game. And I did talk about it a year ago on the Retro Gaming News when it was first announced for the Switch. And now it's come to both PlayStation and PlayStation 4. Promontarium. This is a brand new Game Boy game that was just funded on Kickstarter. The artwork and the art style of this game looks fantastic. Appears to be a horror style choose your adventure game, and this one is being released by Broken Studios, and you know them if you know NES Homebrews because they've put out a lot of great quality titles over the years. Now that one has been funded, so watch for it to become available, maybe within the next 9 months to a year, and you can pick up a copy of that for your Game Boy. Brand new Game Boy game. Brand new and coming to the NES is another homebrew called The House in the Cemetery. Now, there was an old movie called House in the Cemetery, so I'm not exactly sure if it's based on that. But this game is now available for funding currently on Kickstarter. So you can go over there, fund this game, and get yourself a copy down the road. And this is another horror game that is a little bit more exploration. In fact, it looks like it's mostly exploration, but it's definitely story-driven. Peacock has just released a Twisted Metal series as of July 27th, now available for streaming on your Peacock service. Now, we have just got some little scenes and teasers of this series so far, and I'm really kind of on the fence. The thing I like most about the Twisted Metal series is those original cutscenes from the first. Well, mainly the first game had the best one. Let's hope that a new game comes out of this. So anyways, I'm on the fence about this. I will be checking out this series. Sonic Origins Plus is now available on all major consoles. And this one includes some of the Sonic Game Gear games. Maybe all of them. I think there's 5 on there. I know I don't have all of the Sonic Game Gear games. So I've been thinking about picking up this collection because I don't have all of these games. They're all there on one disc or cartridge for you, or you can download them all together in one nice, neat bundle and play Game Gear games, on your big screen console. So if you like playing re-releases of old games, then I'm sure you've heard about this and you're looking forward to Super Mario RPG. It's getting a remastered reboot for the Nintendo Switch. Obviously, it's going to be an exclusive to that console. I have this game on the Super Nintendo. I've played through it many, many years ago, and then still a few years back, but not so far back, tried to play through it, and I just didn't. It did draw me in as much as it did when it first came out, but I did still enjoy it, and I made it quite far, but I didn't end up playing all the way through because it does take quite a bit of time. But this game's got me thinking now that I'll probably pick it up and play through it again. Just like the Link's Awakening game. That was great. That was a great remaster, re-release on the Nintendo Switch. And my expectations are that this is going to be along those lines and done in a similar fashion. So finally, the last game I'm going to talk about was just announced, and it's also coming to the Nintendo Switch, and that is Vampire Survivors. So this game was just announced. The release date is scheduled for August 17th. This is a 4-player gauntlet-style slash and shooting game. It looks like there's quite a bit going on here. It's got that retro style, so I'm sure some of you will be interested in this one. Anyways, that is it, players, for this episode of the Retro Gaming News. Thanks for sticking around, and consider subscribing to the channel